In terms of negotiations, when we prepare, we first start at plant level, where we get demands from workers at plant. From plants, those demands are consolidated at a local level. From the local level, they go to the regional level, which is the Regional Shop Steward Committee. That Regional Shop Steward Committee therefore consolidates and takes a position for the region in terms of which demands they want to be put for that particular year. From the regions, it depends which year is that, but mostly we have what we call bargaining conference. The National Bargaining Conference therefore converges, and all the regions debate the demands they want to be put that year, and the bargaining conference ultimately decides which demands Ceppwawu will have to put for that year for the negotiation. If, for instance, we do not have a bargaining conference, we convene what we call the strategic committee meeting, and that structure therefore ultimately agree which demands should be put for negotiation for that particular year. Those demands that are adopted and therefore have to be put to the employer. In our case also, the demands are for the union national. In other words, even the plant level negotiations will have to adopt and put those demands. What we think we're not doing well on that level is that we can't monitor whether the plant level adopt and put the same demands. It's difficult to monitor that, but also most of the plants, they just put other demands over and above the ones that we have. Demands that the Ceppwawu adopts, Ceppwawu also have to discuss those demands with the other unions, especially the bargaining council. But in most cases, Ceppwawu's demands are adopted by those unions. Before we go to the negotiations, we convene what we usually call a negotiation school. We prepare for the negotiations. These days, there's a lot of demand about multi-year agreement. LRS always assists us in trying to find out the advantage and disadvantages of that. But well, as things stand now, Ceppwawu's position is a one-year agreement. But we have multi-year agreements because of circumstances and balance of forces. At the negotiations themselves, Ceppwawu leads the negotiation. All the bargaining council, that's chemical, that's wood and paper. It doesn't mean that the other unions don't speak, but Ceppwawu leads and in those negotiations. I think one of the challenges during the negotiation is when Ceppwawu, for instance, debating amongst themselves, are taking a lot of time just to come to an agreement to say, look, this is how we can move. But that, I think we can look into it. But also, it's a nice challenge because the workers themselves, the shop stewards themselves, are the ones engaging and are the ones discussing until they come to an understanding. The issue of where do we settle, it also goes back to the structures, local structures, cuts back to the regional structures, and in this case now, the regional structures in terms of the sectors are the ones that consolidate, and then at the negotiations, the sectors themselves, the negotiators, are the ones who ultimately agree. I mean, they agree on where to settle in terms of the different mandates from the different regions, but ultimately it's agreed where to settle. Then before the signing of the agreement, what really happens is that the chief negotiators, they have to send the agreement to the collective bargaining department to check whether those agreements are in line really with the policy of the union before they are signed. When the collective bargaining department is satisfied, what it does, then it takes the collective bargaining, the agreement to the general secretary to sign. Implementation of those agreements becomes the work of the region. In this case, is the local organizers are the ones who should make sure that the agreements are implemented. as agreed. And if there are challenges, then the regional secretaries will then inform collective bargaining of those challenges, and collective bargaining will therefore liaise with the specific sector national sector coordinator of that specific sector to try and address those challenges if they are there. I don't think we're doing good in terms of the monitoring of the implementation, because that now lies with the local organizer, and we only take what we are told that it is being implemented the way it is. But most of the time we only know when there are challenges, and that's when then we come into addressing those challenges. I think we need to improve on the issue of the monitoring, so that the union as a whole should be knowing whether the agreements are being implemented accordingly. At this moment, we really just trust what we get, whether that is true or not, but we trust it. But I think we need to do a lot of improvement on that one.